Mirror, a great man. Did you always see that?
No, sir.
Okay.
No, sir. I still wrestle with certain insecurities. Like, I don't feel like I'm as attractive as I would like to be because I was told that I was ugly a long time ago. And sometimes I be a little extra, a little flamboyant to make up for feeling like I'm inadequate because I'm not attractive. But my wife was like, "You so beautiful." Bitch, well. But once I start conducting myself in a beautiful manner, most of the people I meet, they tell me I'm a beautiful person. So I believe I had internal issues that was unresolved.
You still see that when you look in the mirror?
No, sir, I see a great man.
Friends, people that you love, people that you would die, go to war, kill behind. You know, it's a hurting feeling.
Yeah,
It's a hurting feeling when you're in a room full of people and you feel alone.
that's crazy.
It's a hurting feeling when you around society and when you speak, nobody really understands you because they so caught up into social media and they so caught up in the
Right.
reality television.
That
and things of that
perception, I'm
nature.
telling you, people perception's reality.
So it's difficult being around individuals when that's really what they care about.
Right.
They don't care about that. So it's refreshing to meet somebody who thinks like me. When I meet people that share similar interests, it's refreshing. It's beautiful. I can't be wrong because this person feel like me. Political or anything, but I don't do vaccinations. I'm intelligent. I research vaccinations, and I don't do vaccinations on my children.
Absolutely, because the vaccinations is a virus they putting in our babies.
I don't want to say that because I can't intelligently speak about that,
Right.
but I know that after you get vaccinated, you have to have a detox afterwards. So anything that I put in my body that I have to have a detox for, I don't believe it belongs in my body.
Right.
I'm just a big skeptic. I investigate anything that, I'm skeptical of everything.
So
Me.
when your child goes to school with vaccinations, so there's certain things she won't be permitted to do because she won't have vaccinations, or she won't be able to go to certain schools because of that. Is that true?
Right. I don't care what school she not permitted to go to. The one that she meant to go to, that's the one that she gonna go to because what's meant to be is meant to be. Socially, no one truly accepted me as an individual. They respected me,
Yeah.
but no one truly accepted me socially
Okay.
because I'm so withdrawn. I'm aloof.
Yeah.
I mean, and I don't, I get away from,
Yeah.
I don't like to be around a lot of people
Right.
because, when you're intelligent, when you're too intelligent, sometimes you tend to analyze things excessively.
Yeah.
And I've always been that type of individual, excessively analytical. And because I've been that type of individual, I always look at things like from 8 different sides of the spectrum.
Yeah.
I try to look at things from all angles. And because I do so, most people are just simple. They just start the stupid in 2.2 seconds. Now, I've always been a big skeptic. I always ask why. I always pondered. I always did my own collective study on anything that I was interested in.
Yeah.
I'm in my own lane and I hog it. I give the utmost respect, but I demand mine.
I heard that.
And you don't have to give it to me. And if you don't, I'm not going to be confrontational with you. I'm going to politely vacate the premises, let the clown have the circus. But, in a room full of clowns, man, I can't be part of the circus, man. When you entertain a clown, you become part of the circus. And when you live a life like that, it kind of puts you in a box because most individuals aren't into the things that I'm into.
Right.
I'm not into anything material. I don't care about material things. I got a bent up hat, and it just, I wear it all the time. People are like, why you always wear that raggedy hat? Because it's my favorite hat.
Yeah.
I don't care if people don't like it. It's my favorite hat.
It's about the intentions of your heart. If the intentions of your heart aren't right, you will not be successful. And what I mean by successful, you may have all the money in the world, but if you're not happy, then you are living in a prison of depression. You're not successful. You're a rich bitch.
Right. I had that situation with a sweatshirt that I used to always wear in interviews. People would comment saying, "Don't you have any other
Yeah,
sweatshirts?"
if
But
I
it's my
like
favorite.
it, I'm aware till it can't be worn anymore.
Right.
And that's just me.
Yeah.
Why can't I have a favorite pair of shoes or a favorite pair of jeans?
Right. And
I was ridiculed for that.
Uh huh.
Not in a bad way.
Right.
But, you know, peer pressure is one of the most dangerous things.
Yeah.
Like I say, I'm going to talk about things in this interview I never talked with
No,
any
I
other
appreciate
interviewer about.
Once again, I appreciate it.
Believe that.
And I understand that your depression stems mostly from unresolved grief and inability to let go.
Unresolved grief, inability to let go, because my mind is so methodical
Yeah.
that it just keeps playing it over and over and over and over and over and over.
Yeah.
So I relive the mistake 1,000 times every day.
Yeah. However, I understand you do feel connected to all things spiritually, though, and are of the belief that we never truly lose or gain anything.
Right. Right. I truly believe that. That's like when people say rest in peace to my brother Doe B. I don't say rest in peace to him. He's still here.
Yeah.
And you can't see him. I can.
Because anything lost can be found again except for time wasted, right?
Correct.
Now, I'm actually the same way, but do you, being that you're very self-aware, do you in any way see that being like a situation of denial, or do you really just feel that deep of a connection to things?
If I'll say this, I watched my grandfather be put in the ground. But the moments that we shared, the wisdom, the knowledge that he imputed, his spirit will live on forever through me. Don't make yourself a target. When I walk into certain situations, I just hear his voice clear. You got 2 ears and 1 mouth. Listen twice as much as you speak.
Yeah.
You got to hear with your ears. You know, or you got to hear with your eyes and see with your ears.
Yeah.
And I was like, what? Yeah. Because everything I see, I understand. And everything I hear, I look at.
Yeah.
Now I understand what that means. I understand the metaphor of it all. I think whatever woman that you choose to be with, she needs to be the reciprocal of oneself. It got to be the same thing. You hear me?
Or she got to be you.
She got to be.
That's your reflection.
She got to be me with no loggerhead. Y'all know what that is, huh?
Yeah.
Tree trunk. I was speaking metaphorically, but y'all know what that is. Yeah.
Goodness gracious.
It's okay for people that call themselves gangsters to be a gangster, but what's wrong with being a gentleman also? You know what I'm saying? What's wrong with the woman that you love, you rub her feet? What's wrong with that? You know what I'm saying? 'Cause I don't like being around my homeboys all day. It does nothing for me. My homeboys can't pick the bumps off my neck and, you know, scratch my scalp and, you know, clean the dirt from under my fingernails. My homeboys can't do that, and I love being pampered. And I believe it stems from me and my mother not really having a relationship like that. You know, my grandmother raised me. You know, my mother, she needed affection, so she would leave her children to go and, you know, seek what she thought was affection for the moment from other men or whatever. Man, I understand it now. I didn't then. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's where that stems from, me loving to be pampered.
People paint me to be this monster. You can't go poke the bear with an arrow and get mad because he bit you. You can't do that. Like, you can't do that. You can't say he's a monster. No, you provoked the monster to great wrath. He really was an innocent little lamb.
Yeah, I done been naive for a woman. You had to be messed over to learn. You know what I'm saying? You had to go through trials and tribulations. Those things molded me into who I am. So it wasn't time then because I had a bad temper. You heard me? I used to exhibit. That's when I was, I'm going to say I lived in fear. I had a fear of understanding. I used to think that every situation needed to be handled with violence. Most black males, I ain't gonna say black males, I'm gonna say most individuals that live in poverty-stricken situations, environments, they believe that exhibiting violence is how you handle situations, and that's not anymore. I learned
what got you out of that?
Understanding.
Did incarceration
A
help
wise
that?
man of change. See, I be hearing people, you know, I go through the ghetto and I hear people say, man, gays don't change, but stay the same. You a lie. That's ignorant. That's an ignorant way of thinking.
You gotta evolve. You gotta grow.
Yeah, because if I don't change, I'll be a fool. You heard me? I'm setting myself up for destruction. It ain't that no more. You know, a wise brother pulled me to the side and said, if you gotta be somewhere, you gotta have a pistol. You don't need to be there.
Damn right.
You got too many strikes. What you want to go to? You want to go to penitentiary for the rest of your life for somebody to say you real? No, man. Be loyal to yourself first. You know, and the people that get it, and those who don't. And I just say that because I got a lot of youngsters that look up to me. You heard me? And when I involved myself with the Achievement Academy, shout out to Lamont Cole, that's like my brother. You know, I teach a life and decision-making course. Man, you don't have to be what people want you to be. You got your own brain. You hear me? If you knew the consequence behind the choice you made, would you still have made that choice?
Hopefully not.
I ain't gonna tell you that you're gonna die and go to jail behind one bad choice, but we are creatures of habit. It becomes habit. That becomes your behavior. You hear me? Now you then put yourself on a downward spiral. You know, a wise brother told me, man, why accept failure when success is free?
There you go.
Why? I ain't got nothing left from the street life. I got a dead brother. I ain't got a pair of jeans left. And if I did, I couldn't fit them because they probably are 40. I wear 36. I wear 36 in the waist, man. You hear me? I'm just being honest though. You know, but I had
appreciate it. I think
I
that's
had
what
a
the game
feel.
needs.
I had
don't
a
hear
feel
that
like
too much.
last time when an individual disrespect you, oh, it's game time. I punch him in his mouth. I ain't about no talking. That's not how you deal with a problem.